Hello everyone, I'm back with another Jake's Metal Chat. This is episode 22, and yeah, 22 videos now. Just gonna wait until my guest comes on. I was going to put my microphone that's over here, the SM7B. I shouldn't have to look at the box to see what it is, so I can use it for the next chats and also for my podcast that I'm going to be doing as well. T-shirt is HOH Vikings from last year. For those who have been to HOH Vikings, know the festival. So I'm just checking if he's seen the chat or not. What the message? Again, I don't want to repeat what I said last time. I'd like to thank all those for sharing my video. Well, I'd like to thank my mate Simon, who runs the Metal Brethren show, who shared it on his group, the Metal Brethren Show song requests page, that group page. He's just shared it everywhere, and I really thank him for that. I'm just gonna say, don't know if he's seen it or not. Yeah, sorry. You know when you get that bloody itch. What else can I say? Yeah, just been getting the podcast up and running and asking bands. A lot of them have confirmed that it's okay for me to showcase their music. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts that do that. I'm mainly focusing on, I'm focusing a lot on the local scene here and also in like London, Birmingham, Leeds, places like that. Of course, Wales and Scotland and Ireland, and also bands from all over the shop, basically all over the world. Okay, I've got a message saying he's seen it, but I hope he sees it bloody soon, or I'm gonna have to start all over again. Don't really want to do that. Just the other thing, like I'm missing gigs and going to gigs, festivals, and everything like that. It's all a little bit up in the air, isn't it? About gigs and that. I mean, watched something earlier today about touring and stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into it. If you watched it, you know what the hell is going on, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Just going to keep. I don't know if he's seen it. Says he's on, so. Maybe he's just getting things together. But yeah, again, I will be using my microphone, my SM7B microphone, not the one with the filter where you do your vocals, but the other one, because it comes with two. See if I can get him, see if I can contact him or not. Yeah, I have to trim my mustache probably, but probably not. Just call him. What I was going to say, basically, my favourite albums of 2020 video is coming. I'm still waiting on a few CDs. Hang on. Still waiting on a few CDs from that year to show up. 3 of them are on the way. No, 2 of them are from 2020. One's from 2019. I'll be showing that in a video. Anyway. I might have to pause this slightly, but before I do, I'm going to let you know that obviously that video is coming, CDs, vinyl tape. As for band videos, that won't be coming until whenever we can go back to gigs and festivals. And I mean, yeah, this is a good time. So if the guest is running late, it's a good time for me to chat to you about what's going on here. And in terms of the right, in terms of these, they're still going to be happening. I got more guests. I got one lined up in May sometime. I'm trying to get more for this month, and then February, March, April, May, June, July, and so on and so forth. There's something happens, I'm just gonna message him one more time because I don't think he's even seen any of the messages. Yeah, usually some or said something else. So usually some guests are late, and of course, if any of you are in bands or YouTuber here on, so you're a metal YouTuber here on YouTube. Yeah, I know what I just said. Let me do it again. If you're a metal reviewer here on YouTube, yep, and of course in bands or used to be in bands, and you want to talk about your time within the gigging world and being in the band and everything, and you do reviewing here on YouTube now, or you always done that, be sure to contact me. The name of my channel is my name in real life, so if you want to contact me, then do so. If you want to be on the chat, yeah, I swear this side gets longer than this side. I don't know what I'm talking about my mustache. Just gonna keep doing that. Don't really know what else to say until my guest gets here, so I might actually just pause this for a while until I got confirmation he's coming, and then we'll go from there. So let's see how long it takes, and we'll get some chatting about some metal. Back again, guys. He is on his way, just sorting out a few things. Some guests will be late, some will literally be on time. Doesn't really matter. But again, my podcast is coming. I'm still thinking of the name. I've been calling it. I've been saying a different name instead of what you usually say. Like you got show at the end of most of it. Well, as soon as I've got enough bands to do an episode of the podcast, then I will be doing the first episode hopefully this month. Yeah, just gotta wait for him to come on now. What else can I say? Oh yeah, music stuff. I'm actually going to be getting some stuff done with my death metal band. Finally, got some riffs that I've been going over. Obviously, I need to get damn those. Obviously, I need to get like Guitar Pro to tab everything out. And usually, I just record them on Logic, and I can remember what they are from there. But then if I got members, they're going to need like tabs, or they're really good at music theory and good at learning stuff by ear, then that shouldn't really be a problem. But I like to have tabs down just in case you need just a little bit of extra. I guess we'll be on in a minute. Didn't want to leave the video running too long from where I was. That's the water today. It's in my beer for Saturday. And Saturday, if any of you are interested, my mate Simon, who I mentioned earlier, because I keep mentioning him because he's been listening to a lot of the same bands I've been listening to. There's bands that he listens to that some of them I listen to, not very many of them I listen to, and there's a lot of bands that I listen to he doesn't listen to. So, but we still bond over metal and we've got some bands in common. So on Saturday on Twitch, the 23rd of January, this is at 7 o'clock. I could be wrong here. I'm going to quickly. The Metal Brethren stream. There we go. This Saturday, 7:30. All right, 7:30. So on the 23rd of January, 23rd of January at 7:30 on Twitch, he's doing a live stream. So if you're around and you want something to do, I'll actually link the event down in this video. And by all means, just drop by, listen to some songs, have a chat with some people. Because he's joined Jim, my last guest, who runs, who's the presenter at Total Rock Radio and Top Rock Radio. Top Rock Radio is where he has the Jim Beerman show. He's the host of that. He's joined Jim, but with Simon, he does it every month. Jim does pretty much every Sunday and Wednesday on the Jim Beerman show, and Tuesdays on Total Rock, and he also has Switch, which I haven't really heard of. But yeah, looking at the event, yeah, basically, if you want to go to the Twitch show, the Twitch stream, should I say, I'll leave the link here, but be sure to go on it on the day it happens. So you need to find it. It'll be here. I'll link it in another chat that I'm going to be doing this Friday. And how I do them is basically I'll record them on the day that I'm having a chat with a person, and my guest is here.
Right, is that working?
Yep. There you go.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. I was just updating people what I'm doing next.
All right, good.
In terms of videos.
Oh, excellent. Well, how's things?
Oh, all right. Yeah, pretty shit. Can't really go anywhere. Well, can't really go to any gigs because everything's locked down.
No, of course, yeah.
And well, everybody's in flipping tier 4 now, so.
Yeah, whole country, isn't it?
The whole country's like total lockdown.
Yeah, for everybody. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's the way it's got to be.
It's the way it's got to be until whenever the hell everyone gets their vaccines.
Exactly.
And well, got to sort out some people, for like the older people first with the vaccine, which obviously they're more at risk than us. So get their lives saved, for crying out loud, please.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a neighbour next door. She's in her 90s, and she's pretty sure she's already got one of her vaccine shots done. I'm not sure yet. I can't go chat to her because I got to keep my distance.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's not good. It's not good because you can't see certain people. And one of my mates got diagnosed positive with it, and I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, shit.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Camera's gone off.
Oh, is it? Hold on. Don't know why it's done that.
There we go. Well, Anyway, welcome to Jake's Metal Chat. You are the 22nd guest.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
My mate Jim Beerman was the 21st guest.
Oh, nice.
I had a very funny chat with this man, who also knows Simon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I've mentioned Simon so many times on this chat, it's ridiculous. I should count how many times I mentioned him in each episode.
Yeah, with his Metal Brethren show, you like sister shows now.
Yeah, sister show. Well, this is more of a chat based, no music. I'm going to be
Yeah,
making my own podcast, which is going to be chatting and music, just for
mm,
those who don't want to do a face to face vid
yeah.
chat, because
Oh,
then
I
it'll be
see.
a bit
Yeah,
like, no, I don't want to see my face. I want to remain obscure. Okay,
fair enough. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So, yeah, again, welcome, and
Oh,
I
thank
will
you.
introduce you to the lovely people of YouTube. For those who obviously are metalheads, this is Will. He goes by a stage name which I trying to remember how the hell you say your stage name. Something.
Go on, give it a go.
Oh no, I'm not even going to attempt. I'm gonna ruin it. If you want to say it,
Excellent. So it's Asbjorn
that's beyond.
Daemonium
That's it.
de Noctis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, but
Say that again. I interrupted you when you said the last bit.
Asbjorn Daemonium de Noctis.
As that
Yeah,
basically, and he is the guitarist and vocalist for
that's
Black Pyre, all the way from
right.
Cardiff, Wales. Cardiff.
Yeah, from well, I guess we're from Cardiff. I mean, we practice in Cardiff,
You practice
so
in Cardiff, so
usually
so
we're yeah.
you're adoptive Cardiff based,
Hmm.
basically. But whereabouts in Wales do you live?
So me, I live in Cardiff,
You live in Cardiff.
and then the others, yeah, near Cardiff.
Scattered.
Yeah, but
Very much.
we're all pretty close to Cardiff, so it makes sense as like the central meeting point, really, the place where we do all of our recording. We did our recent album recorded in Cardiff as well, and yeah, we practice here, so it's kind of our hub, really.
Makes sense.
Mm.
Makes sense to practice in one place instead of just trying to get like, oh, we'll practice here 1 week, then we'll go practice in that place, and then back and forth.
Mm.
And it's just a massive pain in the ass. Let's not do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, this is what I ask everybody who's been on here already.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've watched any of my last few episodes or not.
Yeah, had a look at a couple. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I've only been asking this recently, like, how's the whole COVID situation been for you? I mean, not meeting up with your band for one, but is there any
Mm.
family you can't see?
So, I mean, yeah, we haven't met up as a band properly since it all started, really. I mean, the only thing we've done properly as a band since COVID was in the brief period of sort of easing of lockdowns. We went and got the drums recorded for the album at proper studio. But really, that's about it as the band wise. And then, yeah, as you say, family wise, it's really been a bit of a hindrance on seeing, extended family, seeing your mates, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
It gets you down sometimes, but I mean, we've been filling the void with music, so
that's all you can
it's
do.
not all bad.
Not all bad as long as you got your music.
Definitely,
Got your
definitely.
music. Got your music. Checking out new bands and everything. I've been doing that constantly, just checking out new bands. Like, check out this band. Oh, who's this band? Check this band out. Check this band out. Check this band out. It's like fucking hell. Got
Yeah,
some
yeah, perfect time.
perfect time. I checked out a new band called Frozen Soul. We've been out for a
Mm,
good few years or so now. And they
yes.
released their debut album this year.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I
Well,
need to get.
yeah, bands have been writing, haven't they? So it's perfect time to debut things.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm trying to sort my death metal band out so I can get a demo done.
Excellent. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to do it from this cozy little room of mine.
Mm.
Try and
Yeah. Well,
soundproof it as much as I can, but obviously, I got the SM7B microphone, so
nice.
which is good for doing vocals on.
Yeah, industry standard, that one.
Industry standard. I almost messed that up. Anyway, I'm not going to mess up any more words. If I do, then that's my own fault.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed. So, and again, this is like those are like the two standard questions that I ask, and this is the second one. Where did your journey begin? Your music journey. Where did your music journey begin, and how did it get into this music that we love so much called metal?
Ooh, my specific music journey. I mean, for a long time as a kid, I heard music on the radio. Um, didn't like it. Uh, Mostly because I was forced to listen to the generic pop radios that exist, and I just thought to myself, "Oh, I don't really like music, because I'd never heard anything that stood out to me as something I'd want to listen to. So
Mm.
at a very young age, I came to the conclusion I didn't like music at all, so I didn't bother with it. And then it got to about sort of, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, and got a Motorhead CD. And listening through it and going, hey, this is actually really cool. I like this. Got into a bit of Motorhead, bit of AC/DC straight away.
Standard.
And then, yeah, kind of developing from there really into the more metal genres. And then after a number of years of listening to things like Metallica, Megadeth, I then kind of thought, maybe I should look for some new bands, kind of going through the internet, looking at forums, people's lists of what they thought were, their best favorite bands. And from there, listening to, I think the first properly heavy thing I listened to was Dying Fetus, of all bands.
Dying fetus.
Yeah, yeah, pretty excellent stuff. And they really converted me into the heavier stuff because I'd listened to a few heavier bands before, but couldn't get into them. Things like Production just didn't sit well with me. But Dying
Mm.
Fetus, one of the first that the production quality was excellent. Everything was well delivered and very technically adept. And it really resonated with me there. And then from there, really, yeah, getting into other extreme metal genres, black metal. And that's sort of become my mainstay now. I pretty much listen to black metal mostly.
That's your go-to.
Yeah, my go-to genre, I'd say. I'd say that specifically the more atmospheric stuff of black
Yeah,
metal.
yeah, I like that. I
Um,
like the more atmospheric stuff.
yes, yeah, the big sort of grand atmospheres, that kind of thing. Yeah, the long songs, plenty of blast beats, love it.
Blonde sons and blast beats.
Yes, that's it. That's what we love.
That's hashtag long sons and blast beats. That's what we love.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
2021. There we go. Didn't think I'd
More
say
of
hashtag on this show ever,
that.
but now I've said it.
Well, you set a precedent now.
Set a precedent now, so just give me some new, give me some new things, and then that'll just be wiped out. And that'll probably stay for a long time now. But yeah, death metal's my go-to music. I go
Mm,
with mainly the more, I'm trying to describe it. The more nasty sounding death metal, like Underground and
yes.
Cerebral Rot, Fed It, and a lot of the Swedish stuff, and obviously Bolt Thrower,
Oh
Memoriam,
yeah.
Benediction,
Mm,
bands like that. A lot of the Finnish stuff as well, because I've been reading Rotting Race to Misery, the history of Finnish death metal book. It's absolutely great, and there's a black metal one as well.
oh, excellent. Yeah. Yeah, Finland have some excellent bands.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Mm.
Seen plenty of them. I went to FinFest back in February of last year
Oh yeah.
in London, and obviously I'm not going to say it again because everyone thinks I'm an idiot. It's all Finnish bands. And
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
half of them said, we are this band from Finland. Never would
You
have
think,
guessed.
yeah.
I thought you were from England. But well, they did have a pre show with English band, well, Golden Show from Scotland all the way up north.
Oh right, yeah.
Same with like Burial, they're at Newcastle, basically they're bloody neighbours. Um, One Finnish band ending the night, so that's to me started FinFest.
Yes.
Festa Day, that's the name of the band.
Ah, right, okay.
I haven't checked too much of them. I'm going to check more of them out. I'm reading the book. I'm feeling like I'm letting them down.
Yeah, I should be listening to them more.
I should be listening. I think since reading that book, I've been listening to a lot of Finnish bands lately.
Mm.
And plus, I've got a friend. She lives in Finland. She's from here originally. Lives in Finland. Married a man, and lovely Finnish bloke over there who I have met when she came and visit.
All right.
And the nice thing about that is when I met him, because just gelled very well. Gelled, bloody hell. He said, if you're ever in Finland, you got a place to stay. It's like, sweet. Well, obviously not now.
Not at the moment,
I'll
sure.
infect
But,
them both, and I don't want to do that.
well, yes, yeah. I suppose though once this is all over, you can yeah, you can have a little
Yeah,
holiday
I
in
got to go to
Finland.
Finland. I got to go to Finland. Been to Sweden. I've been to Denmark, and I still need to go to Norway, the Faroe
Mm.
Islands, and Iceland.
Oh yes, well, I still need to go to a few of those. I've only been to Denmark.
Denmark, I went there as a kid.
Oh yes.
Very, very young. So I went to what did every kid like back in the 90s growing up? I can give you a hint. You put them together and you make things.
Ah yes, bit of Lego.
Bit of Lego, yes. That's why
Legoland
me
Village.
and my brother went with my dad and my nan. I think my nan came along. I can't really remember now. This was early 90s, so I can't really remember too far back from that. So before I
The
got, what's that?
original Legoland, was it?
Yeah, the one in Denmark, original Legoland, not Windsor,
Yes.
which I've been to. Is all right, but the one in Denmark, what I can remember of it, was cool. I'll probably
Yes.
just go back again. I'll probably just go back there again, like bit of time.
Yeah, it's an excellent place, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, Denmark. Yeah, Legoland. Yeah, Denmark in general. Well, I don't know how much of Denmark we actually saw.
Mm.
Like I said, I was like maybe 3, 4 years old at the time, maybe.
Right. Yes.
So, anyway. But yeah, with all those bands, you got all like Entombed, Grave, Dismember from Sweden. Well, not just the death metal bands, but you got Dark Funeral,
Yes.
one of my favorite black metal bands.
Yeah. Watain Swedish as well.
Yeah, I actually saw Lucina walking around when I went to Scandinavia Death Fest in 2019.
Oh, really?
He was just walking around. I just thought, only in Sweden will you see these guys just walking around, just like yeah, fucking yeah, yeah. Because one of my mates actually took a picture of him. I wanted to, but I thought I don't know how nice he actually is. And say, oh, he's nice. Oh, thank fuck.
Ah, damn. Yeah.
And next, if I'm ever in, if Martin ever plays the UK again, I'm going to try and meet him and talk to him and stuff. So there you go. Because Martin is a band that they're quite atmospheric in their own way.
Yeah, I'd say they sort of fall under that umbrella of kind of sort of melodic black metal.
It's like extreme, but it's got that
Mm.
atmospheric element to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good blend of lots of different parts of black metal. They're quite diverse in that regard.
Yeah, definitely. And there's trying to think of Finnish black metal bands that are very atmospheric, but one I can think that's extreme is Impaled Nazarene.
Yes, yeah.
Very extreme. Only saw him once, and that was 2017 at Netherlands Death Fest 2. That was a fun set.
Yeah.
Thought, Impaled Nazarene, haven't seen them live yet, and that's the only time I've ever seen them.
Oh, really? Yeah, I suppose I haven't seen them. They obviously don't play a lot around
They
here.
don't play a lot I don't think he played the UK very much when he started.
No.
Or he did, they did where?
Yeah, who knows?
London, most like.
Oh yes, of
They
course.
get all the unknown, extreme, underground bands in London, and something keeps popping up on my screen. No, my Mac is not connected to my email address. Shut up, go away. But I'm trying to think of other atmospheric black metal bands. You can say Emperor's one of them because
definitely Emperor sort of sparked the whole atmospheric black metal genre, I would say. Them and Dissection, really.
Dissection as well. Very atmospheric, very melodic.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely with those bands. Trying to think of more bands here. because there's so many
Yeah, there's a few.
atmospheric black metal bands.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of them.
Oh,
There's a few that I really enjoy, which would be Emin Muil,
oh yeah,
which are really cool. And I really like Caledon Brood, although they're not really a band, I don't think. It's more of like a collective.
okay. And then there's Forgotten Tomb from Italy. They're quite atmospheric.
Yes, yeah. Oh,
Well,
of
even
course, Summoning. They're a very one of the pioneers of that whole kind of blending of dungeon synth in with the black metal.
definitely.
Mm.
Well, yeah. Well, we can talk about black metal in this entire episode. We got all night, I think.
Yeah,
Trying to see what my hair's doing. Fuck off. Thank you very much. Men with long hair. Well, we got all those troubles now of brushing it and trying to keep it out of our faces.
oh gosh, yeah. I've got mine tied back at the moment, but yeah, it does get in the way a lot.
Yeah, I just took mine out because I had it tied back in a braid, and I thought, well, I showered and it's going to be a bit damp. Fuck it, I'm just going to brush it out and then tie it back later.
Yeah, get it dry.
Get it dry fully.
Mm.
Well, speaking of black metal,
Yes.
let's talk about this band that you're in. This band called Black Pyre.
Yes.
Where did this name come from?
Oh, that's a hard question. I mean, I can mostly just sort of explain the origins of what is a pyre. So a pyre is it's an old funeral rite in
Yeah, that's
which
true.
they make like a big bonfire and then they burn the body on it. And that's what a pyre is.
Yeah,
So I suppose the name it, it's just kind of homing in on that aspect of death, really, and the kind of darkness around that kind of subject. And that's really what the band's about. We're quite a dark band. Being a black metal band, is quite a fitting name. It fits our themes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Fits you, fits you. Then, well, I saw you guys at the Griffin. I think that was not last year. Was it last year or 2019?
Ooh, it would have been 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2019 would have been 2 years ago then. And I just remember
Mm.
you just keeping the black metal voice on, going, "This next song." Ugh.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like,
that's right. Yeah, we got our own sort of stage persona, a little different to the usual, me.
usual. Yeah, he's like, you, it is you now, and then on stage, you're just this completely different person.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of a bit of a transformation, once you're in all in the corpse paint, you've got your gear on, got your instrument. It's kind of a different world altogether, you sort of lose yourself in the performance, I think.
Definitely, I did that with the gig that I did 2 years ago with my Stoner Doom band, Herbicidal.
Oh yes, yeah.
I just became a different person. I was like, oh, I'm wearing this nice funky shirt. I don't usually wear this, but
Yeah, you can sort of lose yourself in the music when you're playing.
yeah, because I think, like, I know it's not a metal band, but Wardruna, I think Einot loses himself when he's on stage.
Ah, yes, I love Wardruna. Fantastic
Wardruna,
stuff. Yeah.
got to mention Wardruna, and the reason I mention him because Einot used to be the drummer in Golgoroth for a time,
Yes, yeah.
and he might have been drumming in 2010 at Bloodstock. I might be wrong.
Oh, right.
Probably might have been, or might have been a different drummer. If it was a different drummer, then obviously it
Hmm.
was an Einar.
Yes, of course.
Because well, you look at Einar now, he's got his hair is still long, but it's tight back. He's got a long beard. But if you look at earlier pictures of him, no beard, just really long hair. Which is just,
Yes.
that can't be Einar. That can't be Einar Selvik. No way. No, 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 no. Was I think everyone forgets
What?
he used to be in a black metal band.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I suppose the kind of the sort of folk things he does. They're not totally separate um, from black metal. Both having Scandinavian roots.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
so I suppose they're not totally unrelated.
No, not totally. And well, because obviously one of the albums I got, I'm trying to remember which one it is, but I got the new one coming as well.
Hmm.
It'll come to me. It'll probably come to me at the end of this, at the end of this video. But Gull actually does some backing vocals on some of the albums,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah,
I was just like,
Gull's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, I was just like, they must still be really good friends after all these years. So that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. There's Gull's got his own band now, isn't he? Gull's Weird.
Gull's weird, yeah, yeah. I heard like one or two songs. I liked it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, they're quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them more of a listen to more atmospheric black metal instead of just the really like extreme fast black metal. For example, Dark Funeral. They're like
Yeah.
fast and extreme.
Yeah, the front man from Dark Funeral, Heljarmander, has his own other band, Gra, which is much more kind of atmospheric-y, bit melodic.
Oh, that's cool. Give that a listen.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, they're particularly good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, awesome. I'll give that a listen. And for Black Pyre's influences, what can we
Ooh,
expect from this band? Well, I'm just trying to think black metal bands now. A lot of atmospheric black metal bands rolled into one. Some extreme metal, like black metal bands, like extreme, like fast ones, like Dark Funeral. Again, I'm going to keep mentioning them. Trying to think about the bands like Dark Funeral. I was going to say Dark Throne, but they've changed their sound so many times. Their first album was more death metal, and then they went
yeah.
black metal. And now they're more
Yeah, they're
punky
definitely a
black
sort of
metal.
black and punk thing. Yeah.
Yeah, blacky punk metal, crust punk, black metal.
Mm.
But still, it's Dark Throne, and I don't think you can hate any bit of their music because it was going to release
No.
something good.
Exactly, exactly. That's the way, I think they're working on a new album as well. Um,
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw a post with Ted and Gilvon, and they were both saying about I think they'd finished recording some parts for the new album.
Okay. Get that
Mm.
listen.
Yeah, we can expect that quite soon, hopefully.
Oh, brilliant. Well, and speaking of Dark Throne,
Mm.
their album Soul Sign Journey is 30 years old. It was 30 years old on the 13th of January.
Really?
It was
Wow.
released on the 13th of January 1991. It's 30
Wow.
years old, which is
God.
mental.
Yeah, yeah,
Just looked at that, I was
definitely.
just like, 30 years old. Wow,
A long time.
that's a long time. And they should be proud of that album. I mean, oh, it's their only death metal album to date. Because all the other
Mm.
stuff was more death metal when they started. Because death metal just went like
Yeah, yeah, the 90s, yeah,
and all of a sudden
definitely.
they thought, oh, we don't want to do that anymore. Let's go more black metal.
Mm.
Because that's what a lot of the Norwegian bands were doing. For example, Mayhem, Emperor,
Yes.
Dark Throne, of course. And trying
Dark
what,
Throne, of course.
of course,
Uh,
Golgoroth,
Satyricon.
Burzum, Satyricon.
Yeah, yeah, quite a few different good bands at the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I did mention Burzum, but less about them better.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
not the band, just the person behind the band.
Yeah, the music's cool.
Music's cool,
Bard's
person
not so
behind it, not so much.
yeah.
We got a few rotten eggs in the metal scene, but there you go.
Yeah, you can't escape them, unfortunately.
Can't escape them. I'd advise all you out there to avoid them at all costs because they're no good. But this
Mm.
band, definitely check out Black Pyre. Um,
Yeah, we're all right. We're
well,
not we're
no,
not
right, they don't sacrifice people. As long as I know,
No, no people sacrificed.
and hopefully no animals. So that's not right.
No animals either.
No, see, Everyone thinks metalheads are these horrible, nasty people that just torture everything. Oh no, we love our animals.
No.
We love our animals. Yeah, when we're at gigs, we're just like, yes, yeah, yeah. And then you see a cute little puppy, it's like, oh.
No, you're right. You're very right. Yeah.
So then people get shot like, they should be more scared of that instead of just us. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
used to you being like this. What's this cuddling a cute little puppy? We are not inhuman monsters. So there
No,
you go.
we're not scary. No.
We're not scary people. Get to know us, and you see how nice we are. But some people are just so ignorant and or don't really understand. They're not worth our time.
Exactly. That's my thoughts.
They don't want to get to know us. No skin off my nose.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to Black Pyre before I rant even more. Influences. What are your influences? Just your influences.
Ooh.
For the band.
So I suppose early days of the band was just me sort of writing a few songs by myself. And they were particularly heavily inspired by things like Mayhem, Dark Throne, and Burzum, the kind of sounds that they had, that very kind of do it yourself kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know, anybody could make some. You just gotta, have the right kind of attitude towards it. And yeah, the EP is constructed largely of songs like that.
Yeah.
Very very straightforward, very old school black metal.
Yeah. The
Um,
EP. Yeah. Yeah. I got that somewhere. It's in my cupboard somewhere.
good, good.
Somewhere. I was looking to show it in the video, but I might have misplaced it in one order somewhere. So I'm going to just take half the CDs out and find it.
Yeah.
I've got too many CDs now. It's crap. Not as much as Simon, but still.
No, he has a lot. He
He
does
has
have
a
a lot.
lot. Yeah, that EP he's mentioning is the Forgotten Tomes.
Yeah, that's right.
I was trying to figure out how to say it out before getting you on, and if I said it wrong, I'll just be like, nope, this chat's over again. Nope, nope, get back to your day, your evening. Buy a bucket of chicken, or I don't know.
Yeah, call it a day, I see.
Get yourself a takeaway, as I've had enough.
Yeah.
Any takeaway. I'm rambling.
Oh, yeah.
I rambling. This is what I do in the show. I ramble. If I don't
That's all
ramble, it's not entertaining.
right.
It's not entertaining.
So
Anyway,
yeah, the I suppose the other influences then they sort of broaden a bit more towards then coming up with the album. So there's songs on there inspired by a whole host of artists, but I suppose to name a few would be Rotting Christ. We listen to a lot more. We're really getting into that and more other Greek black metal bands.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
and then a few kind of more underground bands from the UK. We were listening to a bit of them. There's things like Winterfilleth, influence in there.
Yeah.
I'd say that there's a bit of Satyricon,
Yep.
a bit of Immortal as well.
Oh yeah, Mortal, of course.
Yes, yeah,
Almost forgot
plenty,
about
plenty
them.
of bands.
I was like,
Yeah,
Karen.
we listen to listen to quite a lot of different things over time. You know, primarily black metal, but I think there's a few other small influences in there of other bands. So yeah,
Yeah, of course.
it's a whole host of things, definitely.
Yeah, so that's just your. Well, you said your influence, and I think you just said the whole band's influence. Then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's definitely those Norwegian bands that I mentioned that led me to building the songs for the EP. Really.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I heard the songs live when you played 2019. Thought let's listen to it on CD. I thought, well, I better listen. I've heard the new album, which we'll talk about in a minute, and I thought
Hmm.
I'll check out the EP and see. I was like, well, very different, obviously, production wise and everything.
Oh, for sure.
Because you said DIY again. Herbicidal's album was very DIY,
Hmm.
and me doing my demos. That's going to be very DIY, like recording wise. Mixing and mastering, I got no damn clue. I'll get someone else to do that.
Yes, yeah. I
I
mean,
can't be
I mixed and mastered both of our things. So the EP, I did all the mixing and mastering for that, and then learnt a lot more skills. And then the album is the result of that, I suppose.
so,
Learning a lot of production methods and getting better tools and all sorts.
so
And
trial and
that's
error.
really, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of trial and error. But then yeah, it's that's how far it's come, and it sounds a hell of a lot better, I'd say.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the album we're talking about is the album they released last year on the 27th of November of
That's right.
2020. And that album is Winter Solstice. Just look at that cover. Very what you would not expect from a black metal band. Hang on.
Mm.
Usually it's darker covers, but this is like blue, blue, and blue and blue.
Little bit of green,
A little
tiny
bit
bit
of
of green,
green, blue, green, blue,
blue, yeah.
blue, black, and obviously the Black Pyre logo and the Winter Solstice
Yes.
album title. And I have to say, it's excellent. I don't have to say,
Mm.
I'm gonna say.
Yes,
I mean, I bought the album, but then I got the digital one with it. But obviously, this has got bonus tracks on it, as you can probably see right there, people.
that's right. That's right.
There's bloody orchestra bits as well. And there's a lot of
Yeah, well,
orchestra
we thought
bits in here as well.
Yeah, well, we thought, to change it up a little for the bonus tracks, we'd just do a bit of experimentation with kind of orchestral packages, and yeah, we thought, hey, it sounds pretty good that way. We'll include it as a bonus track. Why
Yeah,
not?
definitely. Well, because obviously listening to the music and having the orchestra bits in there is like, now this is some atmospheric black metal with some orchestra.
Mm,
And of
yes,
course, if you want to see the band themselves, that's them.
that's us.
Yeah, look at those beautiful faces. I mean, you can say beautiful
Yeah,
faces, and you're right there.
that's me. That's me indeed.
Well, you as a completely different person.
Yes, I suppose that's more of my kind of
Me as
demonic
well.
self.
Look at the CD. Look at it. But for those who haven't heard this album, you should definitely check it out because I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite albums from last year. I have not. Oh, right, that's just like an impulse. I have to say. I'm gonna say it's brilliant, and it's gonna be my albums of 2020 list, which I should have done last year, but I'm still waiting for a few CDs to show up. Then I
Right.
can do it, and it will be in the list. It will be,
Oh, excellent.
and
Excellent. Glad
also
to hear.
Benediction's new album as well, Scriptures, which
Mm.
is brilliant. I mean, I would ask you, what do you want people to expect from this album, or do you just want them to listen to it and then they make up their own mind?
I suppose it's one of those. There's a few things to go in expecting. Kind of expect to hear some old school black metal.
Yep.
Expect to hear a bit of atmosphere on some of the songs. And it's definitely for fans of that kind of mid-tempo black metal. It's nothing super fast, and it's not ridiculously slow. It's just lots of good paced mid-tempo black metal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm.
It's not like going a million miles an hour, like a lot, like going back to Dark Funeral again because their stuff's
Mm.
just like really like you haven't got time
Definitely,
to slow
yeah.
down really with that band
No, exactly.
or any grindcore
Yeah.
bands really. They're going like a million miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's like, but with these guys, you just get a nice tempo, good, some very creative, like very very great guitar riffs, vocals from him, this man, and orchestra moments. So if you're into orchestra type music and black metal, definitely check this album out. Black Pyre,
Hmm.
Winter Solstice. Look at the cover.
Yeah.
It's blue and green.
Yeah, it's cool. It's the cover's done by a guy called Moonroot.
Moon Root.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he's got some he does things like that quite a lot of sort of like fantasy landscapes almost.
Should. Oh, yeah. It says artwork Moon Root Art.
Yeah, that's right.
So if anyone's interested, um, obviously it's got your names there. Like most booklets will have the band's names and what they do and everything. Yeah,
Yeah, there's lots of things in there.
lots of things in there. Like most albums, so that some albums don't even have much things in the booklets. They just have like lyrics and that's it. Like
Yeah, we
some have
thought we
artwork or band
yes,
photos
exactly.
or band photos. Like you see one band member on one page and then two on the other page and then the other two on the other page.
Yes, yeah, that's quite often the way.
That's quite often the way these
Mm.
days.
Yes, yes.
These days, but obviously you got the lyrics in here, and at the back you got obviously members' names, what they do, what was recorded, artwork, photographs and everything. And obviously the
Yes.
thanks list, like I thank this person.
Yes, yeah,
Like,
there's a big thanks list in ours.
oh, big thanks list. I was like, I like because I see a lot. It's like I thank my parents, I thank my brother, I thank my sister, I thank my friends, I thank all these bands. It's like, how
Yeah.
long is this list?
Oh, they're always long. They've always got to be.
It's like, well, unfortunately, no CDs from my band as of yet. But once we do, I got a long bloody thank list.
Yes, a nice long list, definitely.
Nice long list. Yeah, with Black Pie, you've been going since 2017, so that's
Yeah.
4 years now. Should we say 4 years?
Yeah, it's about 4 years.
Oh, 4 years. Wait,
So it's a strange one because I mean the band was started just by me really, and for a
four
little
or
bit
five
it was
years.
just
Sorry, I was saying like 4 or 5 years.
yeah about four years I'd
Yeah, say
say.
you saying like about you and that you formed the band. Sorry, I interrupted you. Carry on.
No, so it's sort of it was me to begin with, and then on perhaps around the middle of 2018 was then like kind of adding in everybody together and like really getting our music going properly. And then I think our first shows were towards the end of 2018.
Yeah. And well, obviously, winter's always the perfect time for black metal.
Definitely. Yeah, it's the perfect season.
Perfect season for black metal, and also for I know it's not black metal. Like funeral doom as well. That's the perfect season. Is what winter's a perfect
Definitely.
season for that music.
Agreed.
Definitely because it's slow, it's atmospheric, if it's dark subject matter,
That's it. Yeah.
or it might be light subject matter. It's just because the music's heavy. So
Well, yeah, yeah, exactly.
it
It's
could be
always
that.
interesting when there's songs like that, heavy songs with light themes or then light songs with heavy themes. There's
Yeah,
plenty of both.
like skepticism from Finland, funeral doom. And I
Mm.
hadn't known about it. I didn't know who they were until I saw them at this gig at Film Fest. I was like,
Oh.
who's skepticism? Checked them out. I was like, okay, why didn't I check these guys out before? Do you get that?
Yeah,
Do you get that? You've heard of a band, you find a band and you never heard of them before, and then all of a sudden you just somehow instantly liking them afterwards.
yeah, I had that with the band Triptychon.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, I'd not heard anything of theirs before, and then heard a CD of theirs being played. I think at my girlfriend's parents' house. Her dad had put it on, and then I was like, "Whoa, this is awesome!" I don't know
What?
much this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because Triptychon are brilliant. Someone else might have their own opinion, but that's their opinion,
Mm,
and that's fine.
yeah.
Can't just say, oh, I don't accept that. Triptychon ain't crap. It's like, what are you on? And not everyone's got like the same bands, and I think with Triptychon
Mhm.
sound, I was going to get onto that because Celtic Frost's last album,
Yeah.
Monotheist, I think was continuing on from that sort of sound, maybe.
Definitely, yeah. They've got that low-tuned guitars. Everything's in at least B standard, or some of the songs are with, really low other tunings. Yeah, everything's a much kind of doomier thing going on. Tom sings a lot lower than he does with a lot of Celtic Frost stuff.
Oh yeah, Celtic
It's a
Frost.
lot less kind of thrashy, much more doomy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because if you listen to early Celtic Frost, or well, even before Celtic Frost, there was Hellhammer,
Yes, yeah.
and obviously a lot of them call them black metal because they had like, well, I say corpse paint. It wasn't much in the way of what most black metal bands have corpse paint now. It's just like the black face paint around the eyes, and that was it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were very much a what they call the first wave of black metal.
Yeah,
And I
them.
suppose it's kind of similar to black metal in a few ways, but it's a bit more like thrash, I'd liken
Yeah,
the first
more
wave
it's
of
more
black
thrash,
metal.
but they just had like song
Mm.
titles you wouldn't think to hear from a thrash metal band, or
Yeah, that's
some people
right.
might call them
Yeah.
maybe death metal. For all we know, some people call them death metal, death, thrash, black, whatever they want to call them.
Yeah.
You can't really put a label on those earlier bands because you don't really know what to call them.
No, no, exactly. Yeah, them Celtic Frost, yeah, Hellhammer,
Hellhammer,
Venom, I suppose, is the other one.
yeah, Venom, Bathory from
Bathory.
Sweden. Um, I think some people have called Merciful Fate a black metal band
Yeah, again, that's
because
that
of
first
King
wave of
Diamond,
black metal, isn't it?
because of
Yeah.
King Diamond's makeup that he put on, which is
Mm.
basically corpse paint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know what made him want to do that. Did he look at Kiss and think I can do something better?
I
Who
I
knows?
would I should think so, yeah.
Who knows? He probably just thought, well, Kiss's makeup is just like you got a cat, you got like a star, and I'm trying to remember all their bloody stage names that they had. They called themselves, and he thought, nope, I'm going to put some upside down crosses in my corpse paint.
Yeah, worked,
And I like
definitely.
Merciful Fate. I got their album, The Oath, which is one of their earlier albums.
Mm.
Um, yeah, yeah, that first wave of black metal, obviously, and then obviously you got like the second wave of black metal. I mean, like
Yeah.
even before any Norwegian bands started doing it, you got bands like Samael, also from Switzerland, same like Celtic Frost. Who else is? I'm trying to think of other like second wave black metal bands.
Yeah, the second wave is commonly cited as those Norwegian bands from the early 90s, that really paved the way for what we call black metal today, I guess,
Yeah, yeah, they kind of just went, yeah, let's do this. Oh, it's called black metal, but they
Yeah,
probably heard. No, sorry, you
yeah,
carry on first.
definitely.
But yeah, but then you hear, but then they'll probably listen to bands like Celtic Frost and
Mm.
Venom and Bathory and Samael and all those bands. Um, yeah, and obviously you got all the other black metal bands that are like heavy and fast. I was going to mention them earlier. Blasphemy,
Yes, Blasphemy. Yeah, you've got Marduk as well. They're
Marduk.
a very fast one. I suppose, to some extent, Behemoth can be lumped in with that.
Oh yeah, because their earlier albums are more black metal,
Yeah, yeah, they've got a bit of black metal early on, then they kind of skip into that sort of Black Death
black and
and
death
straight
metal.
death metal.
You know,
And
black
then
and death
kind of more
metal.
recently, it's kind of almost black metal with bits of death metal thrown in. It's a sort of an interesting mix, I'd say.
I love Behemoth, 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 Behemoth.
Yeah,
Whatever.
exactly.
As long as you say the B. And obviously Nurgle being a excellent frontman,
Yes,
and I actually don't know what he's like as a person. I haven't met him in real life, but I'm guessing he's a cool guy.
he seems like he's cool when you're just talking to him as a fan, but he seems like a bit of a strange guy normally.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
met. Yeah. We'll leave that at. But well, obviously there's all these different subgenres of black metal. There's black death metal, and there's
Mm.
black thrash metal, and um, speaking of black thrash, there's Niflheim from Sweden. They're,
Yes,
they're excellent. I have to say.
definitely.
I keep saying that. I have to say. I know that. Oh, shut up. They're great. They're awesome. And I saw again Neville's Death Fest 2, 2017. Whoever was there, comment down below and saw Niflheim. If you missed Niflheim, well, he might be back. And
Yeah.
there's a documentary with two of the members of Niflheim, and it's to do with Iron Maiden because they love Iron Maiden.
All right. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I thought they're from a black thrash metal band, and these guys are like the biggest Iron Maiden fans ever.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? And they probably mixed a bit of Iron Maiden in their music somewhere.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. I
I
love
because it's not
Maiden.
so straightforward, but
Yes.
it's somewhere because two of them, I think it's the brothers who are in the band,
Mm.
and obviously they don't do the whole corpse paint. It's just the black face paint, like get the face paint that you get, something like that.
Yes.
This brand,
No doubt.
and they just put it around their eyes all around their mouths, and that's it.
Yeah.
But with a lot of the Norwegian bands, and even some bands from like Italy or France, and it's not just Norway. You get them from all over the place. They do full on corpse paint. Like, well, you guys
Yeah. Like us. Yeah.
do full on corpse paint, which must be a absolute bugger just to put on and trying to get that same look every day. Not every day when you did gigs.
I mean, it's not too bad. You kind of get used to it pretty quickly. Of once you've done it several times, you get quicker at it. You get better at it. It's like anything, really. The practice is really what helps.
Yeah, you just do it again, like with you mixing and mastering the Black Pyre stuff. It's trial and error.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the more you do it, the more you get an ear for it, and then you can sort of figure out, what is good, what's not. I think also another big help was that having mastering tools really does help bring the music up. It makes it sound much more lively and louder.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to learn how to mix and master, but then obviously, if I do the demo myself, probably get someone else to do EPs and albums because I might just mess it up somewhere. Because with a demo, it doesn't necessarily have to sound too high in production, just high enough that you can hear everything. Because you hear those earlier demos, you can barely hear anything.
Yes, yeah.
Because of maybe how old the tape is.
That's right, yeah.
How old the demo is, like a demo from, let's say, 1984 or something. Like Possessed's demo before their album. The demo, you can hear the instruments and the vocals and everything, but obviously that tape is going to be like over 30 something years old.
Yeah, that's right.
And even some albums, some of their productions didn't sound good back then, so they have to like go back and mix it and master it, and hopefully the sound comes out differently.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got 2 Dark Funeral albums.
Mm.
They're re-releases. I think the sound's been brought up a bit more again. Don't know how it was back when they were doing it, but
No.
because obviously when you're a kid, because well, we're adults now, and we, as you can both tell from us, we both have blonde hair and facial hair, and we both love metal. Back when we were kids and before we even knew each other, obviously we didn't know what the hell even how metal was. When you're like
Exactly.
5, 6, 7 years old, you didn't have a bloody clue. But I probably heard some guitars and like some metal somewhere when I was in Florida and didn't think too much about it.
Mm.
But now I've been into metal since I was 11 years old, so I'm
There we go.
29.
Yeah.
I'm 30 in November, so let's
Yeah. Fair few
keep going.
years.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's mental how long I've been into this music for. Just
Yes.
no, I started in 2003. It's 2021.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how long my metal love
Blimey.
of metal has been lasting.
Be 20 years soon.
Thereabouts, yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
in 2023, yeah, it'll be 20 years since I've been into metal. I've only been into it for 18 years thereabouts now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fair while.
Fair while. And Simon only been into it for, he started in 2014, so
Oh yes.
I'm not doing math, it's going to hurt my brain.
7
It's
years.
probably just a small number. But and of course Simon, he has played a song from Winter Solstice, and it was Winter Solstice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was the single for the album.
The single for the album. I think he showed, I think all the bands were from Wales, or one wasn't from Wales, or you might have been the only Welsh band on there. I think
All right. Yeah.
I have no. I have to go back because that's why I'm going to upload all my podcast stuff. Is Mixcloud. So if you want to find this stuff, go on Mixcloud, and it's the Metal Brethren show.
Yes.
And as for Black Pyre, because this is what this episode is about,
Mm.
where can people find this album if they so want to buy it?
Ooh. Well, they have to come directly to us. So the only place we're selling it at the moment is our Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, which is always standard where you can find your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We might look at getting it stocked in a couple of online retailers that specialize in, the underground kind of music. So hopefully we can get discovered through those by people who wouldn't normally listen to us. But that's really it. At the moment, it's just our Bandcamp.
Yeah, so if you want to find Black Pyre stuff, go to that Bandcamp. I'll have it linked down below so you can find it there. You can find the Winter Solstice album.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure you can find the EP as well if you so want to buy the EP.
That's right. Yeah, we've got it digitally. All the CDs for the EP are gone now, but we might do a repress at some point.
It's always good to do a repress.
Mm.
Always good to do a repress. So, but yeah, you can definitely find this one. I'm going to keep showing it so people can get this in their heads. Picture it. That's the one. It's not that hard to. It's not that hard to spot. It's blue and green, and I think there's a little bit of white.
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit of white with the clouds, because I kept saying it's blue, blue, blue.
Mostly blue.
Mostly
Definitely.
blue and mostly blue. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Mostly blue with some black writing, so you can see the songs. If you did the writing in blue, no one's going to be able to see them.
Ah, yes, yeah.
You can see them. It'd be like this. What's that say? But obviously you got to have the band name to stand out.
Yes, that's right.
Very much stand out, isn't it? Looking at the band logo, it looks like it's very like old Gothic style writing.
Yeah, we went for something pretty simple and straightforward. We didn't particularly think we wanted one of those elaborate logos that's totally illegible. And the main reason was that we wanted people to kind of be able to look at the band logo and instantly know the band.
Yeah, that's it. Because most bands, like brutal death metal bands mainly, and gore crime bands, they got logos you can barely even read.
Oh, you can't read most of them. They're just sort of sticks and
Like,
squiggles.
what's it say? Scribble, 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 scribble. I might be
Yeah.
able to point out a good majority of them. Other ones are like, "There's what the hell does that even say?" It just looks like someone just squashed a tomato and that was it.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of make out about two letters and that's
They're
it.
like two letters. Like there's a B. I see a C. I see a T. Was that like? There's some bands like some brutal death metal gore grind bands.
Mm.
One being Brutal Sphincter. You can read their name pretty easily. Um,
You can read
Gutter
party.
Laps. What's that? Party Cannon.
Yeah.
You can read theirs because it's very colourful. They are brutal death, but they have look. Don't be fooled by the colourful logo. They are brutal death.
Yeah.
You can call them a party brutal death metal band because a lot of the things seem to be doing with partying, and obviously
Mm.
those guys being from Scotland, they're a bunch of crazy fuckers. And I know Scottish bands are always crazy. Scored a
Yeah.
tour, anyone?
Yeah, Scottish bands are great.
I love the Scottish bands. Party Cannon I saw in London at. I'm trying to think what I saw, mate. It might have been at Four System Fest that my mate put on back in
Mm.
2016, or I might have saw him another time.
Right.
But I need to get one of those shirts. I just want people to look at it and think, Party Cannon? Is a brutal death metal band, but the logo's so colourful. Don't be fooled. Don't be
Yeah.
fooled. Don't be fooled. They're crazy Scots, and that's what we love about them. They're crazy Scotsmen, and
Yes. Yes.
they know how to party. Let's say that about these bands.
They do.
And of course, the Welsh bands know how to party as well. A lot of the
Oh, yes.
bands from Bristol, London, Manchester, Newcastle, everywhere. Every band knows how to party, unless you
Yeah.
might get that one band that's just boring as hell and has a cup of tea in the backstage room.
Ah. Yes.
Yeah, because I think the drummer from Evil, and I haven't mentioned that band in a while actually, and they're great if you love your thrash metal.
Hmm.
The drummer actually said, "Oh yeah, there was two fans and they came to the backstage area and we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do, so we just made them a cup of tea, something like
Brilliant.
that." It's like, oh, that is very British.
Yeah, it's backstage isn't as glamorous as you might think it is.
So yeah,
Often,
if you think you're going to be partying with any of us in our bands, don't no.
no, I mean once you've played your fifth show in a row, you
Yeah,
know, you kind of like, oh, I just want to rest. So you're
you just
sat
want to rest,
backstage.
and then you might get those
Yeah,
who are like, oh, let's party. I'm like, fuck off.
not anymore. No, I want to have some tea and I want to tune my guitar. Thanks.
Right, I'm just gonna have this cup of Yorkshire tea.
Ah, yes.
Not PG tips. Yeah, I don't want to talk about tea on the show. It's my show. I can talk about what I want. But Yorkshire tea
I agree. I prefer Yorkshire tea. That's my go-to.
and I hope say two metalheads said I love Yorkshire tea. I hope there's more metalheads out there that love Yorkshire tea as well.
Good stuff.
It's good stuff, but obviously when you're on tour, you're going to be drinking loads and loads of
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, you want a rest now and again,
I want
though.
to rest now and again, so I'm just going to bring tea bags on tour.
Yeah.
So who
Yeah,
wants a
tonight's
cup of
tea
Yorkshire
night.
tea?
Yeah, tonight's a tea night. Tomorrow's a beer night.
Tonight's a tea night.
How you do it?
It's like, so what do you like to do when you're on tour? I drink tea. I drink tea. What do you mean you drink tea? I am extremely hungover and I want you to leave me alone.
Yes. Fantastic.
That's just the thing with bands, because everyone thinks with bands like, because I think everyone's got this misconception that metal bands are like rock bands.
Yeah, not so much.
No, we're the complete opposite. With rock bands, it's like big backstage parties, in big hotel suites. Metal bands is at someone's house or
Yes.
flat, and you just have a party, just listen to music, talking to people, drinking too much, passing out on a chair or something because you downed a
Yeah.
half a bottle of absinthe or something.
Yes.
That's the way of a metalhead after gigging and playing music.
Definitely. Yeah,
Obviously,
much more relaxed night. Yeah.
more relaxed nights, and then when you wake up after that long party, you feel like you just you just think to yourself, what have I done with my life?
Why did I do that? Yeah.
What did I do last night? Oh, you drank all that absinthe. I did what?
Well, why did I do that?
Why did
Yeah.
I do this? Because I actually did that as well. I was just like, when you're at that tipsy point, you actually are aware of what's going on.
Mm.
Someone was passing around absinthe. I was at this party, and I don't know if this has happened to you. I just got the bottle of absinthe, went like, and I was like, oh no. And I don't know if this ever happened to you.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
Don't just when you have absinthe, people be responsible with it because it's
Mm.
really strong stuff.
It's deadly.
It's deadly as well. It'll just make you die and everything. Well, before this chat even ends, I'll wait until about 8:30 because it's like gone 8:15. I don't want to end it too soon. I'm having too much fun.
Oh, good.
In terms of bands, what bands would you like to go on tour with? It can be a big band, it can be an underground band like yourselves, it can be
Mm.
alive or still going or not going.
Yes.
Like your favourite bands you would like to gig with. So bands that are going. Let me ask it this way: what bands would you like to go on tour with? They can still be active or not.
Yeah, okay. So the bands that we particularly would like to go on tour with at the moment, there's a band up from Manchester called Deus Mori,
Yes,
and we're good friends with them, so we'd like to tour with them at some point.
that'll be cool.
Um, we'd also like to tour with the other Cardiff band, Agrona.
Yes, I was just gonna about to mention them. Yeah,
Mm.
I love those guys. I love Alan.
Yes, yeah, they're all great. They're all great guys,
There's
definitely.
there's a video of me and Simon doing like it's called eradication skits,
Yes.
and there's one video of me and Simon going, Alan, 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 Alan. He goes, what? He just continues walking, and when we call him Steve,
Fantastic.
so stupid. I gotta get him on there actually.
Yes, Alan's fantastic. Yeah, get him on.
I'll try and get all the Agrona guys on Jake's Metal
Yeah,
Chat,
do it. Do it.
and maybe play him on the not maybe play him on the podcast. Actually, play him on the damn podcast
Yes, do.
because favorite bands of mine go on the podcast,
Indeed.
and vice
Yeah,
versa.
so
Go on.
we'd definitely like to play with them at some point as a tour. We'd also very much enjoy with some other UK bands, so the Infernal Sea
Yes,
and Winter Filleth as well.
yes,
Yeah, definitely bands we'd like to tour with. And I mean, possibly there's a couple other bigger ones, like Hecate Enthroned might be an option for us at some point. Um, we we wouldn't mind touring with people like Necronautical.
oh yeah, Necronautical, yeah,
So there's a few of those, and then of course if any of the big Swedish or Norwegian or Finnish bands approached us for a tour, oh, we'd happily take it up.
do it,
You know, yeah. So there's a lot of bands we'd love to tour with.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but at
definitely.
the moment, if we could get a UK tour with a few other of the bands of a similar size to us, perhaps a little bit bigger as well, that would be a great step for us, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. And well, yeah, really the bands that you mentioned, yeah, would be a really good fit.
Mm, mm,
And you were mentioning like any of the Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian bands. I mean, I can see you with the black metal bands, the death metal bands, the doom metal
mm.
bands. Does it matter what genre it is, really?
Not particularly. I would say, we our preference would be for a black metal headline. And the reason is because the crowd, I suppose, are there for black metal. So
Yeah.
they're more inclined to like what we've got to offer, I think.
I'm just thinking as well because I mentioned skepticism earlier.
Mm,
Like you
Mm.
might get fans who love both black metal and funeral doom, so
Yes,
they'll
yeah,
be there
exactly.
to see what you have, and they'll be like, "Yeah, definitely gonna buy this album." And then afterwards, it'd be skepticism doing their thing, and it's like
Yeah.
you're watching. I don't know. I'm trying to think what you're watching. Just watching some really obscure film, like this, like a drama about something. It just looks like you're just watching short stories unfold.
Okay.
Watching a story on stage with skepticism,
Interesting.
and then depending on how many songs they got, depends how long the set is.
Of course.
That's how I seen it as. Someone else might think you're talking a load of old shit. It's like that's my interpretation, but all in all, skepticism, great band, and of
Mm.
course, Black Pyre, Winter Solstice. Pick it up, please. Support this band through this dark time of the pandemic, which can just go do one as far as I'm concerned.
Mm.
And again with the merch, Bandcamp will be down below. I'll get their Facebook page, so go like them, check out their music, show them some love, and see them live when this all blows over.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I was gonna say a line from Shaun the Dead, but I didn't. I didn't. And you know what line I'm on about?
Oh yes, at the Winchester.
At the Winchester, you know, point, wait for everything to just go away. I had to say it differently because I don't want them to go,
No,
I'm
no
sorry.
copyright strikes here.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Sorry. Can I just say I'm a fan of the film? Well, because
Yeah,
Shaun the Dead is amazing.
it is great.
Yeah, it is great, and I can just imagine just someone getting the film and just putting a different soundtrack in it, putting some metal in it instead of just the soundtrack that they had.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Maybe the next film that uh oh bloody hell, I'm getting Facebook messages and and well maybe if Simon Pegg and Nick Frost do another film, get a metal soundtrack,
Yes, yeah, maybe. You never know.
or even another series of Spaced.
Yeah, possible.
Maybe, but it depends if the others are up for it. But who knows? Um,
Suppose we'll see.
those we'll see. And I think my last question will be for you.
Oh yes.
What do you see Black Pyre in like 5, 10 years from now?
Goodness.
I know that's a really specific question.
It is. It is. It's a
Let's
tough
just
one,
say
I
5 years.
suppose. I think we'd hope in 5 years we'd have released another album, maybe two albums, who knows?
Yeah.
And we'd like to land, like a proper tour going
Oh, definitely.
around the UK, and then maybe even a bit of abroad stuff. I suppose it depends how this all pans out with bands going abroad in the current situation. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's we'd really like to do some touring, get another album out there for sure within 5 years, and I
Oh, yeah,
think
definitely.
we can get on some lineups with some bigger bands, opening for those sort of medium-sized bands, the ones that play places like the O2 venues, that sort of size. If we can get on opening bills for them, I'd be very happy with that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Mm.
And it will happen. I mean, obviously, pandemic, everyone's familiar with what's going on with the pandemic.
Mm.
And obviously, we all got to do something. Either we work from home or we do something like this, which is what I'm doing for this
Yeah.
pandemic. It's been keeping me sane. I can tell you that now.
Mm.
I've had you're my 22nd guest, so I've had 22 guests. So
Yes.
22 people.
Yeah, blimey. Fair few.
And the longest chat I've done is with Cam Lee from Massacre.
Oh, yes.
That's like 3 hours and 2 minutes long. 3 hours and 8
Goodness.
minutes.
Wow.
It's a long chat because he had a lot, and I mean a lot to talk about. Because he's
Good.
been in the metal scene, like the death metal scene, for like 30 odd years now.
Yes,
37,
yeah,
38 years.
definitely.
And,
Yeah.
well, we've all been in the metal scene our own number of years. I mean, I've been in it for 18 years. You've been into it for how long now?
I don't know, about 10 years, 10 plus years now.
10 plus years now. And well, we're all still going to be into metal because everyone keeps thinking it's a phase. You'll be fine. You'll cut your hair. You shave your beard. No,
Nope. No, 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 no.
no, this ain't going anywhere. This ain't going anywhere unless it falls out. And that's the only time I'll shave my head if it falls out, and I can grow a
Yes,
big beard.
yes, yes, indeed.
But nah, I can't get rid of this hair.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of it because I don't think anyone would recognise me if I cut my hair.
Ah,
I'm gonna be like
yeah.
this.
Who's that?
Who are you? It's like it's me. It's my hair's got. But you know, and but yeah, that's it with the whole situation and everything, and hopefully get back to normal. And I hope to see you in person again. And thank you for being on Jake's Metal Chat.
Oh, well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, and you're always welcome back. And also to the other guests that I've had, they're welcome back as well. Maybe
Excellent.
do some videos where I have guests from previous episodes. Shut up, Facebook. Messages, people message me on Facebook, and yeah, because I want to try and do one where I can get some guests from previous episodes, and we can just have like a big discussion.
Excellent. Yeah.
You know, instead of just like one on one, or because I've only had the second guest that I had was the Asshole Costume.
All right.
I had the whole band on.
Oh, wow.
And they were my second guests. So my first one was David Gregor from the band Mortar Skull, which I highly recommend you should check out if you're
Okay.
open
Yeah.
to death metal.
Yeah. I'll give it a listen.
Very old school death metal. They've been around since 89-ish,
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
88, 89-ish, 1990. Thereabouts,
Yeah.
late 80s, early 90s. Let's say that.
I see.
So yeah, again, thank you for joining me.
That's all right.
Pick up Black Pyre, Winter Solstice. I'm sorry, I'm going to turn that light off. There we go. That.
There we are.
I think this is what I should do next time. If the cover's like this, is like everything reflects off the surface, and I think I should do this from now on. But
Yes.
Black Pyre, Winter Solstice, on their Bandcamp.
Yeah. It's out now.
It's out now. It's been out since November last year. So
That's it.
if you didn't spot it that time,
Yeah. Now's the time.
where the hell have you been living under a rock?
Yeah.
Because I've done that with some albums. I'm like, oh damn it, Primitive Man's new album as well. Ugh!
Yes. Yeah. Got to get it.
I got the album. I was just like, oh shit. I knew it was an album I was supposed to listen to, but I think everyone just gets caught up, and there's like, because you're going to see these lists saying, oh yeah, these are some of my top albums. There's a lot I missed from that year, but then I'll listen to them and give you my opinion. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. But anyway, I'll leave all the links down below for
Fantastic.
the Bandcamp, Facebook page.
Brilliant.
And maybe, I know a lot of bands have been doing this, Big Cartel, where you buy t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, ours will all be on the Bandcamp. We're just going to keep it all in one place. Keeps it simple.
Yeah. So you don't have to go from one website to another. People all in one place.
Yeah, it'll all be on Bandcamp. So when the t-shirts, when we finally do them, they'll be on Bandcamp.
Yep, and I will be one of those people buying a t-shirt.
Hooray! Excellent.
Hurrah! And I hope you are too. He's been Will from Black Pyre. I've been Jake of Jake's Metal Chat. And everyone take care of yourselves, and well, just keep spreading the love of metal around. Death metal, black metal, thrash metal, whatever you're into. Just keep spreading it, and hopefully we'll all see each other again at our favourite festival.
Exactly.
See you later.